Hello there! Welcome back to this part of our Carthage Let's Play, DEI.
Destination reached.
Just after finishing off that battle with the Arvaki, if you saw the last part. Pretty tough slog battle. Oh, now we got our... Now it looks like Syracuse is sallying out. How will this one go? Well, I know how it went.
Don't spoil them now.
Yeah, the other result doesn't look too good, doesn't it, Andrew?
No, I guess not.
Well, according to the auto resolve, I'd be losing. But will that actually be the case? As you see, my Numidians are deployed quite far. I always like doing that. They're useful for scouting. That's the handy thing with the Numidian horse and all the bonuses it provides.
Ooh, Numidian horse.
Numidian horse.
Whatever.
So as we see, Syracuse forces are marching. Whereas my guys are also moving. Yeah, I got a bunch of Numidian javelins. Because they're the best I could use for ranged troops.
Yeah.
Balearic slingers are much better, but I don't have access to them yet.
When do you think you'll have access?
Well, I just unlocked, as we will see a little bit later, I just at this stage unlocked the tech to get the next level mercenary barracks. And that gets you Balearic slingers. But that'll take like 10 turns to be built up. So probably won't be for another couple of parts. As you see, my African elephants are there. I'm moving. Right by my Scutari.
African elephants.
Yep.
They're the best kind of.
Well, I suppose if you want to look at it one way, there is a species of African elephant that is the biggest elephant around. But I believe historically the elephants that Carthage used were quite smaller. In fact, I think Indian elephants are bigger than them.
I don't know, they look pretty damn big on their own.
Well, yeah, they are still pretty big. But just that, you know, the species of elephant that Carthage used is smaller than the Indian elephant. And the Indian elephant is smaller than the African elephant that we usually think of. As you see, the guys are moving along nicely.
Moving in a nice, organised fashion.
Oh yeah, you want to be. That's the garrison army of Syracuse moving. All those Greek hoplites and militia. Yeah. Just having a quick gander. And it looks like, yeah, when the Numidians are going after Hero, their king. Throw some javelins.
Javelins on the old.
As you command.
And then they got snagged. That wasn't what I was hoping.
We can all have nice things.
Sicilian Javcav moving. Yeah, my Numidians moved away. They were close to routing, I believe. Certainly took quite heavy casualties. After all, they're not that good at melee. It's not really their job. So as we see those cavalry getting pelted. Yeah, the Numidians are running away.
Running away like little bitches.
My fairness, their job is really just to skirmish and run. They're not meant for prolonged melee engagements. They're too light for that. Now, the Numidian Auxiliary Cavalry of Rome, they're something. But they're different. They're a whole different unit.
How well equipped are they?
Well, they're like most of Rome's auxiliary cavalry, pretty well armoured. They just have the Numidian horse, which gives them all the bonuses that those cavalry get.
What kind of armor do the Romans have, exactly?
For the most part, they use chainmail.
Oh, right, chainmail.
It does depend on the time period, but broadly chainmail was kind of the main armour, particularly by the time period I'm talking about with the auxiliary Numidians. Because that was when they had standardised equipment, so chainmail was what they were mostly using. So the Numidians will be wearing either scale armor or chainmail. As you see, they're trying to join up with each other, the Syracusan force.
I see.
And this is my mercenary Tarantine cavalry. Best I could use for cavalry. So I start to speed things up a bit.
For God's sake, man.
What?
Speeding things up like that. You don't want to.
And as we see, Syracuse is moving up. They're the aggressors here. My hoplites are now in their phalanx formation. I'm moving my elephants more to the flanks. Yeah. Greek cavalry moving in. And they have archers, so they're just going to be shooting at us. The Numidians are recovering from the trauma fighting the hero. Another carry getting pelted by javelins.
Sure, from this angle it looks more like sleet.
And the Sicilian hoplites are being hit by javelins, but of course they can endure it a little better. Except there, they lost 3 guys there.
Sticking with the pointy end.
So, let's see what's going to happen now. My Numidians are moving back. So we have their archers firing, as my guys are throwing javelins down to the enemy. Okay, their cavalry charged.
Sure, looks like a royal bloodbath down there.
It's gonna get bloodier.
You got guys running all over the place.
So now my Syracusan or Sicilian swords are charging. There's my Qart-Hadasht. I'm moving those troops out.
One big rave.
My group of Qart-Hadasht there are charging. While the melee troops are charging and my elephants are beginning to move.
Bring in the big boys.
And my Catcher's Lanky are moving. Oh boy. It means they're going to get attacked again. And my Tarantines are beginning to move. Basically I think I'm going to use my cavalry to try and rout their skirmishers. Yeah. My elephants probably just help break troops also. So yeah, my Numidians broke, but they came back. Or probably just wavered. But yeah, my Tarantines have moved in. And my elephants are about to move in. Remember, I think the elephants got a lot of kills in this battle. As they usually would, if used well.
Sure, it's a right mess down there.
Yes, the elephants beginning to move. The Numidians ran away. Yeah, the elephants are chasing down their archers. See that blob there? I moved my Gothic spears in. Yes, we see the elephants are stamping around. It's fun watching them charge in.
I love watching them spill the blood of their enemies.
Yeah, as you can see, it's going well. And slingers. My elephants are attacking their general. It's actually really their king, I believe. Hero. It looks like my Qart-Hadasht are wavering. Yeah, they're losing apparently. They are basically
With those numbers, you hardly weren't, like, you know, expected to win.
They're doing their best against, you know, many hoplites. And hoplites are pretty sturdy in phalanx.
This is war. Their best is not good enough.
Well, they're light sword infantry. What do you expect?
You'd expect them to work to the best of their abilities, regardless.
And they are working to the best of their abilities as light swordsmen, with small buckler shields.
Whatever.
As you see, the general's forces falling apart, his cavalry are. My Tarantines are charging into the back of those hoplites. I say that I think the fact that my infantry are blobbed up is probably not very good. You shouldn't really have your infantry all blobbed. Apparently it's not very good, as Cam, one of the DEI devs, explained. Anyways, we see my hoplites fighting. This force of mine is mostly Libyan hoplites. I got one in the Greek mercenary hoplites, and they seem to be doing well.
Let's hope so.
Well, they are a little sturdier than the Libyans.
How sturdy are the Libyans?
They're light. They're light hoplites, so they're pretty good, but they're not going to be very well equipped or armoured.
So they're shit, basically.
Not really, no. They're pretty good. They do their jobs well as hoplites, just they wouldn't be as good as your heavier hoplites, like the Greek ones. Or your Sacred Band. Or your Carthaginian hoplites. But they're cheap. From your third class. On another note, we see my Ligurian spears are doing pretty well. And in your reforms, the Libyan hoplites become Libby-Phoenician hoplites, which are much stronger. My Tarantine's breaking away. That's how...
The party was starting to get stale anyway.
Yeah, the Ligurians are doing well. They seem to be winning. They are pretty good, the Ligurians, so... See it? Ooh. Ain't that quite the bloodbath there. Let's see who's here.
Losing the battle, they're losing the war, they're losing on all fronts.
As you see, my melee force here is kind of enveloping the enemy a little bit. Elephants are beginning to move. I think now at this point they've dealt with the general, they're going to start hitting the enemy from behind. Which is what you want. Yep. Yeah, this army got some Sicilian sellswords in it. They're pretty decent. Yeah, now my elephants are charging in and smashing.
Rage of the elephants.
Yeah, and then some of them are starting to break now. now. I think tides are probably slowly beginning to turn. You know, my elephants are moving. Wonder what would I have to attack those Greek militia now? It looks like it, yeah. Gonna hit them from behind. Or rather their flank. Rather than their rear.
Shit, they're stopping all of them like foot gnats.
Yeah, it's looks like my Libyans are wavering there.
Sure, the size of those elephants still wouldn't.
But my Libyans are the ones wavering. The elephants wouldn't be affecting them. And having a smashing time. Yeah. Ooh, look at those bodies.
If you can even call them bodies.
Look, those guys broke there, it's good. Yeah, now I'm the auto resolve. The balance bar is looking in my favour. It's gone more yellow than red. Yeah. Here are my elephants charging again, breaking more guys. And looks like I'm moving my Libyan hoplites into attack. My Ligurians are going to rear charge here. Always good to get a good rear charge in. I think first probably letting them yeah, just standing right behind those guys. Let's see now. Figured I was gonna have them rear charge. Oof, those Sicilian sellswords are wavering. Look, my Ligurians must be charging in now. So yep. Looks like they're starting to break. Yep. And looks like I've won. And the routing phase. As you watch these guys get slaughtered now.
Every man for himself.
Probably, yeah. No, you're after losing. Probably shitting your pants and wanting to get out and live.
Sure, it's basic instincts.
Yep. So my elephants over 650 kills at that moment.
650 kills in a second.
Well, not in a second, at the whole battle. And my Ligurians seem to be killing some of the remnants there. And my Qart-Hadasht. This was all my troops really. But yeah. Fun watching guys get cut down in the routing phase, or when they're rounding away. Because they sometimes get into a small fight with your troops and they just almost always lose.
Sure, there is that sadistic pleasure.
Just where you get a lot of the more satisfying kill animations. This is when you get to see them better. But yeah. There's my hoplites, and you're just kind of inspecting the force. And I speed it up. And yeah, the elephants are pretty tired. They're still getting kills. And those are the basic African elephants, and not the war elephants or anything like that.
What are the war elephants like?
Same number of elephants, all around better stats, except they have less health. But they have a little bit of armour on them.
How come they've got less health?
I don't know, it's just the way they are. It's just the way that their stats are. They seem to have less health than the African elephants, but they've better stats otherwise. Anyways, when we get to this stage, close victory. No units lost on my end. I enslaved the captives so I can, get that bonus to my economy. Here we go to the next turn. I just see what bonuses I can get. Completed that.
Do your dishes.
Yeah, here's the thing, secession. That's where I cocked up. That's the revelation that I cocked up in the politics. Yeah, I was having a gander what tech I could go for after getting the tech for the mercenaries.
Kunagusis, so when do you ever screw up in politics?
Well, in this case I did, because I stopped paying attention to the politics. Economics.
You gotta pay attention to those politics, man. You gotta keep your liberals happy.
But this thing was the Hannanids. They're not exactly liberals.
It's a sarcastic remark.
Yes, I know, but you know, I'm just correcting you on your bullshit. Anyways, I lost iron, because I lost Corsica and Sardinia to these rebels.
It likes to do this to a lot of viewers. You gotta get used to it.
Anyways, sorting out the stats for my new governor. And that army's replenishing. So just upgrading the general there. So I just boost replenishment and movement range. And fortify to increase more replenishment. And now I start to build those mercenary barracks. The mercenary camp.
So you've got enough time to build military barracks, but not enough time to handle politics.
Well, at this point it's too late to handle that politics. The secession's happened. And here I am, auto-resolving my capture of Syracuse.
I'm sure it's more busy work than more busy work at this point.
Now I completely control Sicily.
Ooh, have them invent pizza a few years early.
If only I could. If only I could. And I had an edict, commercial stimulation. Just merging my Qart-Hadasht there. And new army traditions. That's pretty neat. And my general leveled up. Rather, it's my faction leader, a Shofet. That's handy.
Very handy.
Let's see what I'm going to do now. So I'm having an inspection of the territories. Yeah, it's Corsica and Sardinia. Yes, I moved my admiral over to Britain. Get more trade contacts. And here I discover the Dumnonii. Tribe that lived in around modern day Cornwall.
Ooh, is this where you screw up? Which I'd like to see.
No, the screw up already happened.
Boo.
You see Corsica and Sardinia? You know, those two islands right by Italy that don't belong to me anymore? That's the result of my screw up. I see you didn't seem to want to pay very much.
If even one of your coins was accepted, they were.
So it worked out there. So you see there, you see Carolus and Alalia. I used to own those, now I don't. That's my screw up.
Sure, that's a vital piece of land that you let slip out of your hands, man. You should be ashamed.
Yes, I know. Upgrading the mercenary.
Shame Kunagusis as much as you can. He deserves it.
Yes, usually I'm fairly on top of the politics, but I just kind of got lazy. Yes, and I'm recruiting the Brutian swords. They're pretty good.
Lazy in war efforts means death.
Yes, and now I'm getting my governor for Sicily. Yeah, so converting myself the library and the barracks. And I'm lowering my taxes to the lowest level.
Gotta get your knowledge of killing somewhere, I guess.
So yeah, the other parties are pretty happy with me. The Magonids and the landowners. So yeah, it's the Hannanids that broke away from me.
Sure, after losing a continent, I'm surprised that they're still friends with you.
I didn't lose a continent, I lost 2 islands.
Must beg to differ.
And Rome's navy attacked Acragus. I don't think I bothered to fight it. Yeah, auto-resolved. So they opted for the aggressive stance. And I released their captives. Oop. Looks like they're attacking.
Like you these days.
See what I do. So I run away.
Yeah, run away like a little bitch.
It's a bit late telling me that the Punic Wars have happened. It already happened. And it didn't happen when I captured Sicily. It already happened before that in this case. I know it's a scripted thing. You capture Syracuse. I decide capture Syracuse. The other will declare war. But yeah. So moving my army there towards there. I think my plan is to eventually have them move over and recapture Corsica and Sardinia. But for now, put them in patrol stance. Let's see what I do next. I think this is just administration stuff.
Ugh, politics.
No, not political administration. Civil administration. I recruit some Greek mercenary hoplites. Let's see now. And yeah, they're pretty patched up. Let's see, it looks like I'm gonna look at what mercenaries I can recruit. Yeah. See what I can gather. Yeah, the next level nursing barracks gives me those troops. The Scutari, Gaisatai, Cursi and Balearic Slingers. So yeah, let's have a look at how long some units take to replenish.
Sure, it's a very difficult choice. Don't go over every single minute detail.
Well, if you want to be sure you're on top of everything, yes.
My lord.
So I'll move them and put them in ambush position. So if it goes well, I can land a nice ambush.
Ooh, ambush.
Yeah. In the next, I don't know, a few parts, I will eventually be actually fighting battles with Rome, and they'll be ambush battles.
I love surprise battles. They're always very surprising.
Of course. And here I go back to this army. Seeing what would I do. Yeah, 4 turns to replenish. No thanks. So I'm gonna get Arvaki Painted Warriors. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out what to do with my Scutari. Yes, I merge my Scutari. Disband that unit. And what will I get? Another Painted Warriors. And as I begin to attack, or as I move out. Yeah, so we're going to delete this for the next one. As I fight against the steeds of Epane. Take on the Illyric Avones.